Alright, you can see how much I chopped out from here to here, and it's still wet under here. I mean, it's wet all the way back here. Up on the sides. I mean, and the e-box is dry. There's no muck on this e-box. Nothing. And you see discoloration, that's from the water. They have no muck on this e-box. They just put it in and laid hot on top of it without mucking it. So what happens, the hot cools down on top of the cold metal and the water can get right underneath, and that's what it's doing. They have no muck, no fabric right here. You can see I just pulled our top of rubber off. You see it's all wet. It's soaked underneath this piece of rubber. You actually see a little bit of water coming out over here. It's actually soaked under here. I'm back online here. I mean, you can look how wet this is under here. It's just soaked. And it's that piece of rubber where I got to pull this up, take that out, drop this back down, heavy gray all this, because this is how they got this rubber laid. You can tell that's just soaking it up. I mean, we got to put a lot of heavy base coat here. I got heavy gray all this, some fabric, tie this in. You see how dry the box is, you see how wet it is under here. Get back online. You can see this is all the old tin roof underneath. See how drenched and wet everything is. Yeah, this is the wood, metal, and there's nothing underneath of this. You can see how wet this was getting. Water's just getting underneath. So when you get that driving rain, you know the water's following something. So we're going to replace this e-box. We're actually going to put a 24 in, a longer box. Open up, flap the metal down, muck it in, fabric it, do it the right way. There's no muck, no fabric on this thing. That is laid it on and it's put hot on top. Okay, see we took out the e-box. This wood's all wet under here. No muck, no fabric, like I said. This bone dry, nothing. This wood soaking wet, soft. We're going to lift it up a little bit to air it out some. So when we come back, we put a new e-box in. Now this is all wet, damaged. You can see I actually raised the rubber. I get my hand up under here, underneath. Gonna let it air out, dry out. When we come back, we can put some glue, some heavy gray, and be good to go.
I got back up here, got everything drying out a little bit better than it was. Got a 24-inch box. We'll fold the two ends over. Drop that tab right down on top. Obviously we're gonna muck and fabric everything first, and everything's gonna be nice and smooth running into this hole. Basically we're just down to the original, the way I like. Zero wood. You can actually see some old rotted tin here. There's a little bit more down there. And we're just going to tie fabric right to that. We're going to double up the fabric. And we're going to drop the box in, and we're going to double up the fabric some more. So you take a big hole out, and then you pitch it back in. We're back up here another day. We got to touch up a little areas here and there. What do we do? Other than that, everything's going to be nice and smooth. Alright, tying in our e-box. So we got our level in there. Making sure everything's good. Fold the wings over on our wall. Flatten out the bottom. This piece of rubber right here, which is folded back, will flap inside that copper. Gives us a good reinsurance that, you know, rubber is over the copper and then into the box. We got fabric underneath, we got fabric on top of this, and then we're going to flap it down and nail it all in. Over here it was really cracked up, a lot of water sitting everywhere, so we start to gray it. After we start to gray it, we laid in some 12-inch fabric, just like reinforcing mesh. Give you an idea like spackle tape or Bondo. That way the mesh was laying in here. We gave it all day to dry out, and then we came back and scrubbed it down and brushed off the dirt, and we're going to lay this fabric right into the box. Bring our product up to the other side too. Right here, you can see there's a seam in the rubber. You can see even our gray on top has a little wrinkle in it where the two seams are. That seam continues on right there. Basically, that was the lowest point in this whole area. If it puddled back here a little bit, I guess it raised up, and it might even backtracked into the house. So the fabric is definitely going to help out here with that issue. Another low point here. It's going to harden up. Tomorrow we'll come back and put a base coat on it. So we have heavy gray all the way down. The box is in.